So I've run companies for over 50 years, but the first 60 days of starting over on YouTube from zero at 68, yeah, that's harder than anything I've faced in business. Here's the truth that nobody really kind of talks much about. After running those companies for over 50 years, from home building to hauling loads over 1 million miles in my semi truck and trailer, I thought I understood hard work. I thought I understood perseverance, but nothing prepared me for the psychological warfare for about the first 60 days when you start kind of relaunch from zero. Because when you're 68 years old, working retail noon to nine, 5 days a week, and trying to build something new in the hours before and after work and on your 2 days off, the doubts don't whisper, they scream at you. Let me tell you what I mean. On day 12, I published the third video of my relaunch on YouTube, got 7 views. Three of them were probably me checking if I uploaded it correctly. But all of a sudden, I'm sitting in my car in the at the appliance store parking lot, 15 minutes before I was supposed to start work, staring at my phone, and I'm thinking, what are you doing? You ran a multi-million-dollar construction company for years. Now you're making videos that nobody watches. Day 23, I posted what I thought was my most vulnerable, honest content to that point. 11 views. One comment. Hey, I was concerned on how it's going. I lied to myself and thought, man, good, because I didn't want to admit that maybe this whole thing was stupid. Day 34, I saw a video from a 34 or a 24-year-old guru with perfect lighting that got 47,000 views talking about crushing it and 10x your life. Meanwhile, my video about actual business experience got 15 views. Ooh, I wondered if I should delete everything that night. Here's what you don't hear about the first 60 days when you're starting over later in life. The algorithm doesn't give a shit about your experience. YouTube doesn't give bonus points because you've lived 6 decades and learned all these hard lessons. And when you've spent 50 years being respected for what you know, the lack of interest, it kind of feels like you're invisible all of a sudden. You will question everything, not just your content strategy or your thumbnails. You'll question whether you have anything valuable to say at all, whether anybody cares, whether you're too old, too late, or just too irrelevant. Day 41, I filmed a video at 8 a.m. before work. I thought the lighting was great. I thought the message was strong. 18 views. I sat in my work parking lot again, eating a sandwich later that day, wondering if I should just focus on selling refrigerators and forget this dream. Because that's the other thing nobody tells you. When you work retail while you're building something else, you're kind of watching coworkers move on or make plans for their future while you're trying to squeeze your future into the cracks of your schedule. Before noon, Thursdays and Fridays on your day off, that's when I build. That's when I create. That's my window. Day 49, I almost quit. Actually, almost quit. Not because I was tired, but because the evidence was mounting that maybe this wasn't going to work. Maybe I misread everything. Maybe I didn't understand YouTube that well. Maybe nobody wants to hear from a 68-year-old working in retail. But then something kind of shifted around day 57. Not the numbers. The numbers were still good. Not great, but my understanding changed. I realized I was measuring the wrong things. I wasn't looking at views. when I should have been looking at repetitions. I was checking analytics when I should have been checking whether I was getting better at telling stories. See, when I ran my construction company, I didn't judge a project's success on day one of the build process. I didn't evaluate a custom home based on the foundation pour when I just got done at the beginning of it. But here I was hoping for some YouTube success after 8 or 10 videos. Day 58, 16 views. But I watched that video back and I could see I was getting better. My pacing was tighter. My message was a little bit clearer. I was speaking more naturally. I was learning. And that's when I understood what the first 60 days are actually really about. They're not about building an audience. They're about building your skills. They're not about getting discovered. They're about discovering your voice, finding yourself. They're not about the algorithm. They're about getting better at the fundamentals. Because here's what I know from 50 years of building businesses. Nothing valuable happens in 60 days. Not really. You don't build a foundation and just move in. You don't hire a crew and just finish a house. You don't start a trucking company and immediately book highly profitable loads, but you can learn a lot in 60 days if you're paying attention to the right things, I guess. So if you're in your first 60 days of starting something, anything new later in life, here are 5 things you want to remember. Number 1, the doubt is normal. If you've had success before and you're starting at 0 now, the contrast will mess with your head. That's not failure. That's just life. You're comparing the decades of built credibility to days of new effort. Number 2, the numbers lie in the beginning. 7 views, 15 views, 23 views. Those numbers, they don't mean you're failing. They mean you're new. The algorithm doesn't know you yet. The audience doesn't know you yet. You barely know yourself in this new format yet. Number 3, focus on getting your reps in. Every video is practice. Every thumbnail is education. Every title is a test. You're not building an audience in the first 60 days. You're building competence. Number 4, your experience is your edge, not your crutch. I ran companies for over 50 years. I realized I had 50 years of data, but I was using an old operating system. I didn't need to change what I knew. I just had to change how I delivered it. Now, YouTube doesn't owe me any views. And number 5, the people who need to hear your message aren't watching yet, not because your content is bad, but because YouTube hasn't figured out who you are. The first 60 days, you're training the algorithm as much as you're training yourself, really. On day 60, 520 views on my latest video. Still not viral, still working retail while filming before my shifts and editing on my days off. But I'm not the same person who started this 60 days ago. I'm a little bit better at this. I understand the game a little bit better. I know my voice a little bit better. And if you're in your 60s, starting over, working a job while building something else, wondering if this is all a waste of time, let me tell you something I learned hauling oversized loads across America for 7 years. The first part of any long trip is always the hardest because you're not in your rhythm yet. You haven't found your lane yet. You're still figuring out the best route. But if you quit at 60 days, you'll never know what the first 160 days could have looked like. I'm not going to tell you it gets easier. I don't I don't know yet if it does yet, but I can tell you it gets clearer. And clarity is more valuable than comfort when you're rebuilding things. The first 60 days don't determine if you can do this. They determine if you're willing to show up and find out before you see the proof that it's working. And so far, I'm still showing up. I've got more to share about this journey in the next video. So check out this recommended video and hopefully you'll learn even a little bit more.